Hello, Rolla High School. The purpose of this video is to give you a little bit of navigation skills around a website that our district is fortunate to be a part of. We partner with a company that allows us to have this website free of charge as long as we partner with that company. And it will have tons of resources for you, not only in high school, but also after high school. The website is called Learning Express Library. The web address is there on the screen for you, www.learningexpresshub.com, and there are going to be tons of resources that we're going to be able to use for your benefit. So let's get started and go to the website. And here it is. I have already logged in and want to give you kind of an insight here of the things available for you, and then I will go into how that you can make your own personal login and use this through high school and after, as long as we have the subscription to that. Here are the different modules that are part of Learning Express Library. There's career preparation, high school equivalency center, college admissions, etc. So under each one of these, for instance, let's just start with career preparation. You'll be able to see that there's all kinds of different things that you have available. You can learn about a career if you so choose. If you need to prepare for an entrance exam, say in any of these health programs or a nursing program, if you want to prepare for any other occupation that they have available, which there are numerous ones here, maybe you're going into firefighting and you need to take a certification exam. Here you can get into some ebooks and articles as well as some practice exams. Here's EMT, anything to do with teaching, etc. Maybe you're planning to be going to the Army or the Air Force and you need to study for your ASVAB and the entrance. And so here are some tests that you can go to and practice. Going into the workplace, here are some things that you can do to strengthen your business writing skills. How do you succeed at a job? Interview with confidence. There's probably some good pointers on that. For our technical students, here are some of practice with work keys. You might have to take some work keys tests over at RTI or RTC in those programs, and so here there are some practices for that. Anytime you want to go back to those modules, there's a little home button here that you can press. And you can now, let's check out the High School Equivalency Center. This could be for somebody that just needs to build some basic skills. There's some basic skills in math, reading, grammar, all kinds of stuff, different levels that you could do. If you need to prepare for GED tests, there are different tests that you can do, and then a high set test as well. Another way to get to the modules, not only at the home screen, but through the Centers tab. You can go through each one of those. We just looked at the high school equivalency. Here's for college admissions test. Actually, let's go back to the home and go into that view. Okay, so for college admissions, there are multiple things that you can look at for practice. Those of you that will go and take the ACT, there's going to be a practice test for you in the different subject areas. And SAT, the same thing. Here's for PSAT. That is normally given to sophomores. Here's any AP exams that you might need to take. There's not all of them, I don't believe, but there is most of the AP tests. And so it's very easy to get in there. If I click on AP Calculus, for instance, notice there's 2 exams there available for that, and a test study guide for you as well. All right, let's keep navigating through the modules, and then we'll go back and show you how to actually get on a test and how to prepare for that. The School Center is just basically a skill building resource, not only for high school but also elementary and middle school. So if you have siblings that may need some extra skills, that may be a good place for that. For college students, this would be after you graduate high school. There's things available as long as we have our subscription, and I'll tell you how to log in asking you to use a personal email so that you can use this after you graduate from Rolla High School. So here's some math skills review that if you just need to, before you take a placement test or whatever the case may be, go in and build some of your math skills. Here's some for reading, for grammar and writing skills, science skills in chemistry and biology. Once you get in there, and you may need to go for some graduate work, and after you graduate with your bachelor's, then here's some GRE preparation as well, MCAT as well. I know students that have to take the MCAT. College placement exams. If you go into a college that will ask you to take one of these exams, there's some good practice for that. And then also CLEP exams. These are exams that some students take and colleges accept to kind of test out of a subject or a class. So all kinds of things. There's a plethora of practice tests and study guides that you have. There's an adult core skills, computer skills center for our Spanish speaking friends. There's a module that goes along with it as well. But I also want to target this resume and cover letters builder. So if you're going out and trying to build, get a job and you want to build a resume, here's another resource for you in order to do that. All right, so those are the modules. How would you go about using one of those? So I'm just going to go back to an AP exam, go back to that calculus one. If I want to start the test, actually I may choose another one because I might have already chosen those. Let's go back in and do like ACT prep. Let's do an ACT English test preparation. Here's where you can start the tutorial. It's going to give you some tips and stuff. This is not per se a test. So I will go back and go down to the practice test, and notice here you can print it. In this particular one, there are 4 different practice tests for you. If you would like to take practice test 1, it's very easy. You just hit start test. It tells you about the test. It gives you the number of questions. It gives you the time that it will allow for you, which equates to the ACT time. It will actually show that on the screen for you. Let's go ahead and just kind of start this. And so notice here's the timer. And here's the passage, the choices that you have. You can also, if you need to, spend 10 minutes doing this and you need to leave and go do something, you can pause the test and come back and it will start you up at the time that you stopped and when you paused it. So then when you're finished, you can ask for it to score your test, and it will actually give you feedback of the correct answers and how many that you got right. If you didn't get a question right, it will explain the solution for that question. So it's very user-friendly. Say we want to finish this test. It gives us the options to close without saving. I'm going to go ahead and save that test, and I will tell you that back up here where you go to your name and My Center, it will come through and it will actually have that test available for you. So you don't have to, that's where you're going to go back and pick up where you left off. And anything that you have clicked on just specifically for you, it will collate all of that right here in the My Center. All right, so how do you get the chance of participating in this awesome website? I'm going to go ahead and log out. All right, so you must be on a Rolla Public Schools device in order to log in on Learning Express Library, or register, I should say. Once you have registered on a Rolla Public Schools device, then you can access this website anywhere with your login. So make sure that you see the Rolla 31 and you are on a device. You would click the sign in and register. And you don't have a username or password yet, so you want to register. Your institution is Rolla 31, yes. Then, are you a European Union citizen, yes or no? Name, first name, last name. This is where you want to put a personal email. So you definitely want to use like, a parent email if you don't have one, or another Gmail account besides your school account, because once you graduate, we are going to discontinue that account and you would not have access to it after high school. So you definitely want to use a personal email here. Please make sure that you confirm that email by retyping it. And then you also want to make sure you choose a password that is rememberable for you. So you want to make sure that you either write it down, or if it's a common password that you use that there. Now it's very easy if you forget what your password is to get back in and ask them and request to change it. So that's not a big deal. But once you do that, then you click register and you have the opportunity to explore and build skills and practice those tests that we went over. So hopefully this has been helpful. If you have any questions, you are more than welcome to talk with myself, which is Mrs. Grisham, or with any of your counselors about Learning Express Library. Have a great day.